Hey, it's you guys again.
Yeah, just admiring this nice Conforms pipe on this boom here.
Product placement. Shameless plug. So we got Michael Setner from Conforms, and what we're going to do, we're going to try and do a little survey, get a consensus here. Mike is going to be working on a presentation, a safety-related presentation, assuming it will be related to pipeline and delivery systems, right?
Right.
On either boom or line pumps, would you say, or preferably the booms?
Either way, it depends on what your audience throws at us. We're trying. In October, the ACPA does what they call an OSM, Operations Safety and Management. So the last few years, I've been doing a safety presentation at these events. We talk about high pressure pumping or twin wall pipe or whatever it is. I'm looking for some feedback from the pumping crowd. If you went to this event and you wanted to learn about pipe safety, hose safety, clamp safety, what in particular would you guys like to see? I'm going to put together an hour presentation. What do you want to see? How to measure twin wall pipe? Why is it different than single wall pipe? You want to talk about hoses and hose safety? I pick one topic, so the hour is not too much information, and we just talk about your experiences, what we can do to help you, and talk about product safety in general. It's not really about my product, it's about, all product, because it's all going to be relative.
So do you guys want to walk starting from the back of the pump and we can throw out some ideas? So I'm thinking one potential idea, the components at the back end of the pump, hardened steel versus chrome carbide, what's best for your application, guarding at the back end of the pump,
right.
What our options are. I know there's different requirements in different areas. In our area, we're required to cover the transition door, the high pressure elbow, and everything up to the deck pipe. What our options are there, some methods for guarding that. Measuring pipe, obviously, minimum thickness for deck pipe, minimum thickness for these components, the high wear areas, where we should measure from,
and how to test them.
Yeah.
Well, we can't get too broad. I've been talked to about, we can't cover too much information. We have an hour.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to discuss whatever, whenever. Maybe it's as simple as, why should I use twin wall pipe over single wall pipe? We could spend an hour, or 45 minutes and then have time for discussion afterwards.
What applications, what type of pipe is used in?
Right. It'd be hard to do testing on back-end components.
They're all different.
That's not different. They're too heavy and too hard to manhandle, outside of them being installed, to visually inspect it. And I can't bring samples of things like this, to show and to test. It'd be too difficult to show. We can do that at the World of Concrete, but we have to prepare for that. The same thing with these. These are, testing the elbows. I mean, we can go over data all day and say this has to be this many millimeters or this 0.07 of an inch or something. But, what does everybody want to see? That's basically the question. Should we talk about back-end kits and safety and protecting, guards and things like you just mentioned? Because I know in Scott and Dan's market, the mixer drivers don't like backing up to pumps that don't have protection over the back end. This is also really big in Colorado and several other places. So there's definitely areas where guarding is important, but not everybody, is worried about that or has rules or regulations, or the mixer companies won't back up to the machine.
I think it's a great topic because, as you mentioned in our most recent live stream, a lot of the liability, especially on a line pump, but a boom pump as well, a lot of the liability is back here. That's where the mixer drivers are, the testers are, at times the pump operator is. This is one of the prime danger areas. So I think that would be interesting. Another one I find, a conversation I've had lately with fellows, other pumpers, adjustable versus non-adjustable clamps, pressure rating on clamps, suitable pressures for pumping through boom pipe, things like that. I think there's some education to be had in that department as well.
So I think this also opens up a different topic that would work with Scott's videos and live stream is. What do you guys just want to talk about in general? Maybe we have a topic for the OSM conference, but what can we talk about in your live streams, for pump safety, pipe safety in general to make you guys' life better, safer around everything? which is fine. You know, we can do that at any time. I'm up in Vancouver often, or you can catch me at home on a live stream here and there. We can talk about any of this. You guys throw out some topics, you know, because a lot of this it's second nature to me, but it's not to a lot of guys in the industry. And sometimes guys just have questions in general, and I think they're sometimes afraid to ask them, honestly, because they don't want to feel uninformed, that they don't know about something in particular.
All us pumpers are stubborn, and we all want to look like the super pumper.
Yes,
but we've all got questions. Dan and I had a good discussion yesterday. Safety slings, but not the slings themselves, the rigging from the sling to the boom. The shock load of when that, potentially reducer and tip hose, if they were to break free, if there's an issue at the clamp, what is the actual weight rating required when that assembly falls 2 or 3 feet? What do we need? I often see these chintzy little carabiners used, which don't meet the specific requirements for that kind of a shock load. So what should we use?
You suspect they don't.
Oh, when they're rated at 600 or 700 pounds and you've got 350 hanging from the boom dropping 3 feet, I strongly suspect they don't, but we could get to the bottom of it if I'm right or wrong.
This is about weight and shock load, because there's a difference between just a hanging weight and it dropping and shocking the load, and which is almost, I can't say this for certain, but I think it's almost 10 times what they think the load rating might be. So I mean, our safety slings, I think, are rated, the double choker ones are rated at 5,000 PSI, for strength. I know rigging for, if I was in a harness and I fell, it's something like 3,000, that they want, for manpower.
The numbers are staggering.
It's really insane, and you don't realize how much shock load's there. So it'd be different if you just had a regular tip hose. If you have a 5 to 4, a 4 to 3, and a 3-inch hose, we've got maybe a little bit more weight, so the rating would have to be a little higher. But you're right, some of the rigging I think is suspect. I can't pick out anybody in particular, and I wouldn't. But you're right, some of that rigging is suspect.
Which could segue, or could be another option for a topic, is the weight of the components we're hanging from the boom. A 5 to 4 reducer, a 4 to 3, a 12-foot 3-inch hose. What does it weigh? What is the rating for your specific pump?
So that is very true, and I don't know if there's a sticker on this Alliance boom here, but a lot of the booms all of the booms have a weight rating depending on the size pipe and the boom length. So they do limit the boom weight, and we have to be cognizant of it when we're hanging stuff off the boom, especially these newer booms that are thinner and lighter than they have been in the past. So there's definitely a lot to talk about there. It gets into the technical minutia of all the stuff, but it is definitely safety related.
See, I think it comes down to viewers' choice. What do you guys want to see? Those are just some ideas. Maybe there's some that we didn't touch on or that we missed, but if budgeted 1 hour for a presentation, safety related to pipeline and accessories, what would you guys want to focus on? What are you most curious to hear about?
If anybody says that they want a graduated light on the back of their hopper that shows how fast it's going, I'm going to have to ask Scott DeBanny.
That's another video. I'll have to make sure to post it before this one, so you know what we're talking about. But then I'd revert back. I'd be happy just with a numerical value, a little LCD display that went from 0 to 10. Actually, you know what? 0 to 11. Pronounced 11. So yeah, let us know what you guys think, and Mike's gonna get to work on it and put together something great for ACPA OSM conference, October 5th, Austin, Texas.
It's in Austin, Texas. It's the beginning of October. I blur my dates because I travel all the time.
And there will be a pump rodeo?
There will be a pump rodeo that I'm aware of.
So I just lost a pump rodeo yesterday, so I'm a little bit sour. So I'm going to be there for sure. I'm debating whether I just need to take some time away from pump rodeos or not, but I'll more than likely be competing.
Oh yeah, we got to get video.
And we got to drag this guy down too. I think Dan's going to crush, well, he'll crush me. I was going to say everybody, definitely me. So.
Oh yeah, we definitely need, even if it's a Dan versus Scott rodeo.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That would be epic right there.
Yes.
So that would be bragging rights between the two of you.
Yeah, that would make its way back home.
So then after that rodeo, it'd be Dan won, Scott won, you won.
And then Big Brother Tony would come in and smoke everybody. If you're watching this, come to the pump rodeo.
Yeah, Tony.
Mike's gonna lure you to the pump rodeo.
Come on down to Austin, Texas.
Yeah, get off your high rise and come down to Austin, Texas.
Tony.
Funny. All right, so let us know what you think, and till next time, keep on pumping.